Hawkins back again with another video, and it is that time once again. Time for another set of wrestling predictions, and can it come for a more significant weekend? Yes, it is that weekend. Once again, it's Wrestle Freaking Mania weekend. For the 40th time, I may add, it's WrestleMania. And with this, there's not just the one big show on Sunday, it's now spread out over 2 nights, as it has done this decade, really, all throughout the 2020s. We've got all the extracurricular stuff that has existed for the best part of 20 odd years. It's a true festival of wrestling. So, as well as the WrestleMania 2 nights I'm going to be doing the predictions of, that's coming later in this video. There's going to be one indie show, if you call it an indie show, as well as obviously NXT's offering that seems to always be the case on WrestleMania weekend. So, without further ado, let's get into the predictions, starting with Ring of Honor and its Super Card of Honor. Yes! Ring of Honor is once again doing the Super Card of Honor. Once again going head-to-head with SmackDown, so it's a bold strategy. But anyway, let's just get on with the predictions then, shall we? Women's six-woman tag team matches. Mia, I probably pronounced these wrong. Mia Shirakawa, Maika Mel Sierra, and Seth Vitani Tamnikano is toss up. I'll go with team 1. I'll just say team number 1. You see me struggling there with the names, pronouncing names. I'll just toss up. I'll go with team 1. The next match, how about for the Ring of Honor World TV Championship, as Kyle Fletcher defends against Lee Johnson. Again, I'm going to go with the toss-up here. I'm going to go with Kyle Fletcher to retain. Moving on to the Ring of Honor World Women's TV Championship, as Queen Aminata defends against Billy Starks. And I feel I'm going to go with Billy Starks. I might be wrong here, but I'm going to go with Billy Starks. Something tells me Billy Starks is going to win this one, so I'm going to go with Billy Starks. And then on to the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship, or the Women's Championship. The women's title was called that in Ring of Honor, as the Fallen Goddess Athena defends against Hikaru Shida. Athena's done really well with the belts, and I'm going to have her carry on. I honestly think Athena's probably going to win this one, so for that I'm going to go with Athena. Moving on for the Ring of Honor World Championship, Eddie Kingston defends the title against Mark Briscoe. This is again one of the matches I really reckon I could be wrong with. Eddie Kingston obviously doing really well with the belts. I'm probably going to be wrong here. I'm just going with Mark Briscoe mainly because he's in ROH original. I think it'd be better to have the belt on him on Super Card of Honor, so I'm going to go with Mark Briscoe on this one. Right, those are my predictions for Ring of Honor Super Card of Honor. It's quick and snappy. I will be watching that on Friday nights. But now to Saturday afternoon, and the first WWE offering proper. The annual reminder that I'm the Dandy Hardware man that you're too scared to mention. I spend my cash on looking flash and grabbing your attention. The devil take your stereo and your record collection, and the way you look, you'll qualify for next year's old age pension. Yes, I'm obviously talking about NXT Stand and Deliver. Your money or your life. Adamant's there. This is once again being on the Saturday afternoon of WrestleMania weekend. I'll try and catch as much of it as I can. Let's just get on with the predictions, shall we? Let's just get on with the predictions for NXT Stand and Deliver. Right, so I'm just getting the matches announced. Obviously, they did have the Go Home show. There is Level Up, but is that basically just like Rampage? Like Phil? I don't watch Level Up, if I'm being honest. Joe Gacy against Shawn Spears. Yes, I'm wearing an AEW top. Yes, I'm more of an AEW guy. I'm aware that Shawn Spears is now in NXT, and I'm going to go with Shawn Spears. I'm going to go with Shawn Spears. I think probably will be wrong, but I'm going to go with Shawn Spears. Next match is a 6-woman tag team match as Thea Hale, Kalani Jordan, Fallon Henley face off against Jacy Jayne, Kiana James, Izzy Dane. And I think I'm just going to go with the names here. And I think I will go with team number 2, I think. Jacy Jayne, Kiana James, Izzy Dane. Though I might be wrong, again, it's a toss-up. Right, next matchup of the NXT Tag Team Championship is on the line as Bron Breakker and Baron Corbin face off against Nathan Frazier and Axiom. I'm just going with Bron Breakker and Baron Corbin on this one. Go again. I might. Right, moving on to the NXT North American Championship as Obafemi and face off against Dijak and Josh Briggs in a triple threat match. I'm going to go with Josh Briggs on this one. I recognise the name from Evolve, so I'm going to go with Josh Briggs on this one. Right, moving on to the NXT Women's Championship as Lyra Valkyria faces off against Roxana Perez. I think we're going to get another title change here on this one. Quick toss-up, it is Roxana Perez. I think I'm going to go for on this one. Before we get to the NXT Championship, how about we'll go for the other match, Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. Toss-up, a lot of these with NXT are, I'm going to go with Carmelo Hayes on this one. And I believe that leaves one more match, and that is for the NXT Championship. Ilya Dragunov defends against Tony D'Angelo. I really reckon I could be wrong here, but I'm going to go with Dragunov to win this one. I think he's going to retain the belt. Such a good champion as well, isn't he? He's Ilya Dragunov, so that's why I'm going to go with him to retain on this occasion. Right, so Supercard of Honor's done. NXT Stand and Deliver is done. I believe that leaves only the big shows on Saturday night and the Sunday night. Yes, I'm obviously talking about Wrestle Frickin' Mania, the 5th consecutive year. It is spread out over 2 nights. Yes, it's too big for just one night. And for us here in the UK and as many other countries around the world, it is almost the end of an era because it will be the last premium WrestleMania to be streaming on the WWE Network, obviously with the Netflix deal kicking in January. But that's neither here nor there. Let's just get on with WrestleMania. I'm excited. We've got some big matches on the card. Let's just get on with it, shall we? So starting off as Mummy takes on The Man for the Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley faces off against Becky Lynch and... ooh, this is a good match. This looks like it'll be a good match. I am going to go with Becky Lynch. I'm going to go with The Man. I could be wrong here, but I'm going to go with The Man, I think. Next match, how about for the Intercontinental Championship as Gunther faces off against Sami Zayn, and I want to go with Sami. I really want to go with Sami. To be honest, I'm going to go with Sami, I think. I really reckon I could be wrong here. But I just think, yeah, I want to go with Sami. So I'm going to go with Sami Zayn, I think, on this one. Our next match obviously has been announced and hyped up. The 6-pack tag team ladder match, one of the biggest ladder matches in WrestleMania history, as the Judgment Days, Finn Balor and Damian Priest face off against DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. The Awesome Truth of The Miz and R-Truth. The New Day of Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. And A-Town Down Under as Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. And also the New Catch Republic of Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. For the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. Yes, they're merging the belts again. Have they already done that? I think really it's going to be a toss-up, a 3-way toss-up between Balor and Priest, DIY, and the New Catch Republic. Actually, I'm going to go with the Judgment Day, I think, on this one. Again, I reckon I could be wrong. I think really it's going to be a toss-up between the Judgment Day and DIY. But I'm going to go with Judgment Day, I think, on this one to win, I think. Moving on, former Bloodline members and former brothers collide as Jimmy and Jey Uso face off against each other in singles battle. Which one's the face? I think it's Jimmy. Either way, I'm going to go with Jimmy. I'll just go with Jimmy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to go with Jimmy. Moving on to the 6-women tag team match, Bianca Belair and yes, another AEW to WWE defection, Jade Cargill and Naomi face off against Damage Control of Dakota Kai, Asuka and Kairi Sane. I'll go with team number 1, bit of Belair, Cargill and Naomi, I think, on this one. Obviously Naomi coming back as well. came back at the Royal Rumble. I'm going to go with Belair, Cargill and Naomi, I think, to win on this one. Right. Right, moving on to night one's main event. It is the tag team match, the biggest tag team match in the history of WrestleMania. When was the last time a tag team match actually got the main event? Oh yes, night one of last year. As it is the bloodline of The Rock and Roman Reigns against Cody Rhodes and Seth frickin' Rollins. If Rhodes and Rollins win, the bloodline will be barred from ringside during the main event of night two. But it we held in the bloodline rules on night two. If the bloodline win, we saw bitter bloodline rules this past week on Raw. I don't know who to go for, actually. I don't really know who to go for. I want to say the bloodline. I think it's going to be the bloodline. I'm going to go with the bloodline, I think, on this one. Yes, the bloodline. I'm going to go with The Rock and Roman Reigns. Because, well, The Rock's a freaking celebrity. Though, he's in the board of directors now. So is he going to be like Vince McMahon where he loses all the time? Guess we'll find out on Saturday. And that brings us to night two. I don't need to say any more. Other than let's just carry on predicting the card. So how about for the what match to start? How about LA Knight versus AJ Styles? LA Knight. He's one of the hottest acts in the company. Who would have thought that, the former Eli Drake in TNA or Impact. I'm going to go with LA Knight to win this one. Alright, moving on. How about for the WWE Women's Championship? Io Sky defends against Bayley. Plain and simple, I'm going to go with Bayley to win this one. So that's Bayley. Next match, how about for the World Heavyweight Championship as Seth frickin' Rollins faces off against Drew McIntyre, defends the belts. Rollins. Plain and simple, I'm going to go with Rollins on this one. Alright, next match. How about for the WWE United States Championship? Logan Paul versus Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Toss up. Logan Paul. I reckon I could be wrong, but I'm going to go with Logan Paul. And the next match, how about the six-man Philadelphia Street Fight as the pride of Bobby Lashley, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, with B5 in their corner, face off against the Final Testament of Karrion Kross, Akam and Rizal, with Scarlett and Paul Ellering in their corner. It's toss up, I'm going to go with the pride. And I believe that leaves only one more match. Yes, the Undisputed Universal Championship. If my prediction from night one is realised, it's going to be under bloodline rules, but whatever the stipulation is going to be, my prediction of the match is going to be the same regardless of the stipulation. And obviously the main thing, will Cody Rhodes finish the story? He didn't do it last year, but he's won the Royal Rumble, and I honestly think he will. And I mean that. And I'm wearing my AEW top now, yes. I honestly think Cody Rhodes is going to finish the story. It makes perfect sense. We're going to have the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, finish the story and win the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. Boy, that is a mouthful. At WrestleMania 40. Right, that was a bit to go through, wasn't it? I know it was mainly toss-ups and just random picking and choosing, but again, it seems to work for me. Those are my WrestleMania weekend predictions for this year of 2024. Let me know what you think of my predictions and let me know yours for all four events down in that comment section below. Be sure to drop a like on this video if you have enjoyed it. If you are brand new to this channel, you like what you see here, you want some more, click that subscribe button and turn on that notifications bell so you know whenever the hell I post next. Tell your friends how much of a great YouTuber I am, be sure to do so of that. And follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Hawkins_MattUS, and on Instagram at BigMattHawk18. But as always though, remember, you need some cheer, have no fear, Big Matt Hawk is here!